But
because it's not your car.
I will try. I'm not going to say I can't do it because I'll try, but maybe someday I will. Well, but, you've got a lot of years ahead of me on racing. I haven't been in a kart since I was 10 years old.
But here's the thing, too.
That's a
long
time ago.
Okay, on race day, and I've said this on the air, I'll say it again. On race day, I will not race on this track on race day against another field of cars. I won't do it. Because what happens if I go out and I win the race? Oh, he's on the track every day of the week. This is his track, and he's he knows his track better.
Well, the thing about it is there is something about that too.
There absolutely is, and I'll tell you right now, I agree with that 100%. Mm-hmm. I was on that track today. Okay, I could be on that track 8 hours a day if I wanted to. Okay, I am not going to get in a cart on race day and run against those guys. We will do it as a crew on the last race of the night. We'll go out and do our thing.
But not against
people that are coming in to race, that are going to pay to race for championship points and trophies and money and all that stuff. I won't do it. I think it's tacky.
I think it is too.
Yeah, we have things to take care of at the track.
Well, and there's too many, and we've seen it 100 times from flagmen that get intimidated simply because the guy in the race car owns the track. When they make a call, it tends to favor that car. Okay, I'm not going to put anybody in that position. I've never liked it. I'm not going to be in that position. I'll go out here and play around all day long. I'll jump out there with us as a crew, and we'll have our own little race at the end of the night. Great. But as far as
that's why we built it. We built it so we'd have a place to go to race each other.
And everybody else has a place to race.
And then we decided, hey, let's open it up.
If you build it, they will come.
And they are coming.
Nina.
No doubt. I just don't think it's a good practice.
Well, the thing too is that track like the back of your hand. I mean, you built the darn thing.
Well, and that was another thing I was going to say.
If you go out there in the corners, I can tell you exactly where Corey's line is too. And it's funny to see other people go on the track, and I'm like, if they just went on that one line, then they could dive down and they wouldn't spin out and they'd go faster. And well, we know all this because it's our friggin' track, right?
I mean, we did.
I mean,
built the track, own the track. It's mine. I just don't think if I go out and win against a bunch of guys, it doesn't look good.
Not only
it's not good for racing.
Big deal, it's some big deal that he
because
wins.
I will say, it is an unfair advantage. Being that I'm here all the time, I'm out there on the track practicing or playing around, feeling a new cart we just got today. It's not fair, and when a guy that owns a track goes out and wins, it's tacky, man. It's tacky. I want to see other people come in and enjoy this deal. I think that's just one more element you're adding to the fire of any type of controversy that can happen, and you're creating it yourself.
Yeah, if we race against other people, it would be like we would have a fun day.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, no prizes, no money,
no. We could actually race against them.
But here's the thing,
too. It wouldn't be for, like on an actual race day.
What Sandy just said, and you guys were here. We were all here. Well, Nina wasn't.
Oh, God, here we go again.
So last Saturday, I'm in a KT 100, my KT cart, okay? It's not a cage cart. It's got the big sideboard. It's an Outlaw Open KT with 100 cc's. Clutch was slipping, and honestly, not to pop off, not to, but I'm saying I've been on that track enough. I know it better than anybody else. My lap times with a 100 wasn't much slower than the 500 open cage carts.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Badass fast.
And that was with a slipping clutch.
With the slipping clutch. Now, if I had that thing hooked up, again, that goes back to me spending as much time as I have on that track. I know that track probably better than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just drug that car out there and threw it on the track. You didn't.
Hadn't been started in a year?
A year.
You haven't started for a year, and you bring it right out and throw it on the track and go. So
some people just.
It just shows the quality of that cart, though. It's race ready.
It's a great.
Other than the clutch, needs a little adjusting.
Right.
Got to get the cobwebs out of it.
Yeah.
And I agree with Roy Bain right here. Roy says, honestly, most of us really race for fun. We're not NASCAR or Indy, and it's meant to be fun and have absolutely. Yeah. Especially in our region that we're in, if you're racing for anything other than fun, you're racing for the wrong reason, pal, because there's only one way to be a millionaire and racing. It's
not here.
And that's to start with $2 million. You want to be a millionaire? Start with $2 million, because you're not going to make any money racing in this region, baby.
No, you're not.
You know what
Go
I mean?
to Congress. They get a lot of millionaires in there when they only make, what, $174,000 a year or something?
There
Those
you
guys
go.
are crooks. But I
Okay,
agree.
That's our politics for the night. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, BJ says sounds like a challenge. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I want him to bring that cart. Here, you guys want a good, hey, listen, you guys want a good cage cart? You want the best of the best? BJ's got one for sale. I mean, this thing right here is you're not going to find anything more evil, more wicked fast than what BJ has. I mean, BJ, when he gets into it, he does it right, and that is the best of everything right there. I forgot what he wants. I mean, it's not cheap, but it is worth every penny. This car has hardly any track time, and it is top flight equipment. Look at Gary. He's going, dude, give me the number.
Oh,
I'll call him
no.
right now. I know he's wanting a cage cart.
Right up.
I will tell you, I didn't want to say this on the air, but I'm going to. You need to get a cage cart, Gary.
Oh, Gary.
I just found out that I haven't even told Sandy this yet.
Uh-oh.
He
I'm
always-
finding out on the air. That's a safe way
Hey.
to tell your wife something.
We find out something new every week.
You
on
do,
there.
but I just found
That's
out
true.
that I will be in a driving situation for an open cage. So I'm
Now, you
excited.
won't know which thing to drive. You're going to have
I'm
so
driving
many
them all,
different-
baby. Drive them all.
Jump out of one into the other. Oh, while we're on the subject of this, I wonder if anyone out there has a timing system that we could, it's maybe sitting over there with cobwebs on it.
There's this
and-
thing called microns, and we can
Yeah.
put them on the carts, and you can time your individual lap times. I'll talk to you about that. We can set it up on the track. There's several guys that have them, but
Oh, good. Okay.
yeah, we'll talk about that.
But I want to back up a little bit here. What? Open cage?
I know. I'm just
Yes.
sitting here going, are we still
Elaborate.
going on vacation?
I was trying to get
If-
off of the
no, but
subject
here's the
here
thing.
for Corey.
Ronnie Skeslin had his dwarf car out here, and he says that he took his car to Doug and Jason. They're trying to help him get it with the injection system. I already know about all that. Yeah, they're going to help him get his dwarf car done
Awesome.
for indoor or whatever the case may be. If I do run that cage cart, I've got the opportunity if I want it. It won't be here in the summer. I'll do some indoor stuff, probably at Roseburg Speedway on the indoor. Go down there and duke it out because that track is very similar to what we have here. I like the way the setup is on the track, and we'll see. We'll see what happens, but Gary, it's time. Time for you to get a cage cart.
Oh, good Lord.
Should have done it by now.
I'll
Gary.
get you BJ's number. BJ be expecting a call from Gary Grip tomorrow.
If he makes it till that, watch out.
I know it.
Late night text. Hey.
But I'm excited about next summer. I think anybody that has a cart, I want you guys to come here to Marion Creek and listen. Nate Ellertson said it best on Saturday. He said this place is the bull ring without the bullsh. He
You know what?
said it.
I thought that was a great thing. He actually wrote that. It's on the.
It's just the atmosphere is so friendly.
And that's what
Yes.
it's going to be.
Everybody's friends.
It's gonna be a
Everybody
good
helps
time.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have a problem with your cart, 2 or 3 guys come over and start looking at it.
What
Yep.
time do you get off work tomorrow, Gary?
I don't know why.
BJ says come pick up the cart and try it at your place.
Oh,
right.
snap.
Might have to get you in that thing.
Oh,
Um,
boy.
It's I'm telling you right now, this thing it's phenomenal. Definitely worth picking up if you get the chance. For anybody that wants to race cage carts, pick it up. We'll get you out there on the track and test it.
I should leave a deposit for a wing just in case, right?
I don't know.
Sorry, BJ.
No, put a wing on both sides so he can actually fly instead of fall.
Man,
God, I wish I could have gotten that on video. That would have been a good one to.
that was awesome. So, did we touch on it? I'm gonna make you make the call tonight.
You're going to make me make the
I'll
call?
let you.
Okay, so everybody knows I talk too much anyway, right? Because sometimes I say things and you could just see the look on Corey's face like, oh my gosh, I didn't want you to say anything. So I guess is that permission to.
I'm
say-
asking you, did we touch on it or not?
Why not? Why not?
Because I have avoided this subject all summer long.
Da, da,
I say go for it. What's it going to hurt at this point?
I'm interested.
What's it going to hurt at this point?
I am too.
It's not going to hurt. So, whatever.
A lot.
It's hurting not knowing.
So after speaking today with someone directly involved with the situation, the SRAMs have Willamette Speedway back in their possession.
What?
The SRAMs have Willamette Speedway back. The future of that racetrack right now, for me, is I don't want to use the word bittersweet. The future of that racetrack for me is I don't want to. It's 50-50. Okay, it's 50-50 with me. One part of me, I grew up there. I've been there 43 years up until this season. Part of me has a love for the place. The other part of me is so pissed off, I don't care to walk in the gate ever again. That's a hard place to be. I wouldn't be in racing if it wasn't for that place. My heroes were there. My friends are there. Family there.
Yeah.
The other half of me has turned my back and looked in a different direction. And everybody, since all this stuff went down with Willamette, has been asking, are you going to try to get the track? Are you going to try to get the track? Are you guys involved? Listen, no. At this point, we are not involved. There's been no talks. There's been no discussion. There is so much uncertainty with that racetrack right now. I'm afraid to even talk about the place. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand where I'm coming from?
I get what you're coming from, yeah.
I'm going to just throw it out there and say it out loud because it just needs to be said, and a million other people have said the same thing, and I hesitate even saying it because it can come across as so Joey
Cocky?
Tanner-ish.
Yeah.
Tannerish.
You call it cocky.
I love him so
Confidence.
Right.
I love him so much. I really do, and I'm totally just kidding about Joey Tanner-ish. But I'm just going to say it. If anybody can save Willamette Speedway, Moxie can save it.
Moxie.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. And there's just a lot of things that have to happen.
What kind of a big deal?
That's it.
That was Joey Tanner. Well, that's what we're going to call it.
That's exactly
Not
it.
gonna
That's
lie.
called the JT moment from now on when something like that happens.
Sounds good.
And there's a lot of people, and you're right, Sandy, there's a lot of people that say, you know what, that's cocky to say. There's a lot of people that have already said that to us. I think I agree with that partly. I think that it's not about money. It's not about money when it comes to saving that place.
Well, that's been perfectly
proven.
clear this last year.
That's
that it's
been proven.
It's been proven.
That case has
It
been
is.
made.
It's a love of racing. It's an actual plan to make things happen. It's knowing. It's. I don't even know what to say.
I'll tell you something right now. Perfectly happy with the situation we're in.
Yep.
It's a long drive,
Oh,
but
that's bonding.
I
God.
love it. We have so
one of my
much
favorite
fun.
things
Oh
about
my
race weekend
gosh.
right now is the time
Maybe
we have.
that's why we should just sit in the car on Saturdays and feel better for 6 hours a day.
hey,
Let's mark
we
it out. Hey, I'll meet you in the car. We'll do a 6 hour
We have
sit.
to crank the music. We have to tell dirty jokes. We
We'll
have
just
to
drive around
Just
the
sit
track
in
for
the
6
driveway for
hours.
4 hours before leaving to go 15
Yeah.
minutes to a
Right.
Yeah.
racetrack.
Right.
Reading something good.
I gotta read this now.
You know, some of the stuff that people say is it hits home with me. Or it resonates. It's like a soul. You guys know me. You guys know me. My team knows me very well. I don't hide a lot when it comes to the passion. Little things like I did